Check it out. They actually turn the fountains on now because now they've cleared all the homeless people out of the parks. By the way, all my peeps are from the streets. I even got the shirt. Anyway, driving along on my bike after going up to Cafe Weed by HA. Straight out of Toronto. So this is a in the park exercise machine, and what I was doing was I need to do a little bit of like therapy on my hamstrings. So really it's a rowing machine, they've set it up or whatever, and you sit on it. But if you go like this and then plant your foot at the back like so, get her straight, see, straight and straight, and then you're actually going forward while supporting yourself with the hand here. You could even like pull with your arm and do therapy like that, but what I'm doing is I'm keeping my toes up, so it's just like it's nice and flat. Like toe control. Can you spread all your toes? It's like muscular control, right? What do you think made Frank Zane so good when he was bodybuilding? So now I'm stretching the groins. See? So I'm doing 2 stretches in one, and you got to make sure you focus on keeping the back heel down, and that's only as far as I can go. Oh, tight hams. Trust me, when you get big and jacked, if you don't do stretching all the time, you'll turn into an immobile lump. And you can ask one of my friends from jail, because I worked on him and he was just like so tight he couldn't even fucking move, and he was huge. I was like, dude, you need to go in a fucking show. And by the way, there's another guy up there, and he's like direct friends with Regan Grimes, because I was in jail in Lindsay, and that's where he's from. And if you didn't know that, there's a little factoid from Coach Fusion that I learned in jail because of COVID, because I was in there getting COVID tested and then quarantined, which they've done to a pile of people up here, and it's never in the news. I've never seen it in one Facebook feed, news article, or anywhere. So you heard it here first. The Canadian government has been throwing people in jail so that they can test them and pump up the numbers for COVID. And some of us ended up there for 30 days due to COVID testing and quarantine, and I could smell the cigarettes of the guards while I was in my quarantine cell, which is supposed to be like what, hermetically sealed, and they were outside. So that's how great the government is at fucking people over. And well, I got my shot. I got that because you can't travel to New Brunswick, another province here in Canada, because every province has its own rules, without having at least one shot. And I was going to help my friend move and set up his like new 40-acre property, and couldn't do it. So because I won't break a promise to a friend, because I don't fucking lie and I don't break promises, I went and got the shot, and then due to the fucking jail thing, he couldn't sign certain documents for me because he wasn't comfortable with that. It's called being an assurity, and most people don't know what it means. It just means that it means nothing. I would give them the money up front. I'd be like, here's the money that they would charge you if I like decided to like skip town. Like, how am I gonna fucking skip town? What, am I on my bike with like one front brake and a busted fucking crank and no money? Give me a break. When I went to Portugal for the first time, I'll tell you what, I had $4,000 to my name. I worked hard for that $4,000. I put it in the bank. It was in a Templeton fund, and if I'd have just left that and added like $50 a week to it, fuck, I'd be a multi-millionaire. Just look up Templeton fund. But I took that $4,000 and I turned it into fucking millions over in Portugal, selling steroids. And back then, over in Portugal, it wasn't illegal, and I knew all the cops in town too, because my boss at the freaking nightclub was the son of the chief of police over there in that town. Look at that. The artwork in Toronto is just ridiculous. You know how much time somebody spent on that? Wow. So this has been a little ditty from Coach Fusion. Look, they got the freaking outdoor freaking, this thing's awesome. I saw this because I saw it, like, usually, if you don't know about visual acuity and shit like that, when something's moving, you can see it much better from like your peripheral vision. And for the first time, someone was on one of these things, probably because they turned the fountain on. And oh, look what it says, dream. So don't forget to dream, and don't let yourself be told what to do, because I don't make a mistake twice, and you won't be seeing me get a fucking shot again. Well, we'll see, right? If I have to go over to England and it's required, I already know that because I'm an impervious old fart. Because us old dudes, we got bone mass like fucking crazy. And bone mass, oh man, don't even get me started. There's another machine, I didn't even see it. Look, this is a great setup. The new ones, this is an older location, never even seen this. The new ones all have rubber flooring. It's bullshit. You don't want to sit on rubber. You want to be grounded to the ground like this. Boom. Training, take a page out of Arnold's book. Why do you think he always had bare feet? Put your shoes on, put your mask on at the gym. Meanwhile, you're going against nature. And if you don't know about mitochondria, you better start learning if you want to be a real bodybuilder and not die before the age of 40.